Hello, and welcome back to episode 15 of Outpath, part of the Serene Escape series. I know last episode was lackluster to me personally, and it was only I think I ended it very early, right? Like 10 minutes early. Um, and the only reason I can even say on why I did that is simply because I didn't know what to do. I was so lost and I was so perplexed and I was a bit flustered, if I'm honest. And what I set out to do here is be calm, enjoy a game, explore it fully, and I felt like that method over there wasn't exploring the game fully. I was I was almost quote unquote breaking a game. And and that's not what I'd ever really want to do. I want to enjoy a game and play it thoroughly and feel like I almost like earn it. And sure, this way works, and it got me there, and I could have immediately put down a teleporter and never had to think about it again. But I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to play the game and not experience what it was meant to do. And so I looked into it. I usually don't do it. I usually like it's a sin almost to look into a game because then you're not using your brain. You're not thinking, you're not exploring it, you're not utilizing everything. And I very quickly realized I wasn't using my brain because all I had to do, there's two simple methods back here at base that if I just thought about and actually and didn't tunnel vision so much and took a breath in and stepped back, there's two ways here that if I just looked around would have got me there in a quote unquote intended way. One, the soul wand. Detects ceilings and lifts you above them. The bottom of like those those islands count as ceilings, is what I found out. And if you just go right under the sea underneath it, you can teleport right up top. Now that is also a quote-unquote unintended method, but it is a viable method that the game gives you. It gives you the option to do that, and it makes the bottom of these detect as ceilings. So you lift above and you rise into the sky. Now, if I decided to look into the cauldron and see that there was an apple thing down here that I couldn't craft, that now I'm able to craft, the poison apple takes you to heaven if possible. And now, and that poison apple is what I've seen as the intended method to do it. This is what you're supposed to do. Well, quote unquote supposed to do. And it also kind of denotes that that's heaven. That is heaven in the game, right? And so if I just kept going and I just kept being flustered and I kept just playing the game in a way that it wasn't meant to, I wouldn't have put those pieces together. I would have potentially never even known that that was heaven. I would have just called it the island in the clouds or whatever. Now I read this poison apple takes you to heaven if possible. Now the game is just obviously stating that island is heaven. And I would have missed that. If I just kept playing, if I just ran the video out for 10 minutes, if I just kept letting myself get more flustered and just go with the flow into the game, instead of taking a step back and understanding something and resetting myself, I don't know if I would have ever looked back here. I would have, I don't know if I would have ever figured out the story. And even though that video is short and I don't like shorting it, I would rather have that be a 21-minute video, which is bad, than a 30-minute video, which I'm not proud of at all. Like that's not what I want to do. And you know, Googling something and making sure that I'm playing this game in an intended way um, is more fulfilling to me. It's definitely more fulfilling to me. Sure, I did use critical thinking skills and I did finally explore another part of this game. So who knows, maybe we could also call that an intended method. But to me, um, admitting that I needed help and seeing the poison apple here and exploring that, and now I understand that whatever this guy was doing on here, it was to get there. The final island is heaven, and whatever we're doing up there, I don't know, but we needed to get there. So I'm going to call this the definitive method to get there. I don't know if that is or isn't. I also know that fish bones can't be crafted, so we would have to get collected net V2 if we wanted fish nets, I'm assuming. Or fish bones, I'm assuming. And yeah, that's the only thing I can like sit here and think of, you know? This is the intended method. So now I have two choices. One, now that I know the intended method, I am satisfied and content and I just keep going and playing the game. Or two, I build those collection at V2 and I get 10 fish bones and I craft 3 potions of sorcery and I do all of that. Just so I can get the intended method and see what the game wanted you to do. And I think that's the way I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to play the game and get everything I can out of it. And in my opinion, that's how I'm going to have the most fun. And I genuinely believe and think that. So, we are going to place these V2 nets over here, I think. They automatically click themselves, so it doesn't really matter. And I think it's just... it'll be good. Now, I don't know how long we're going to have to wait for these to start catching. And, you know, how rare fish bones actually are. I don't know. But I definitely think I am more content with this than just continually playing the game in my way. And because it's so easy to just say, I'll do whatever I want, yada yada yada. It's so easy to do that. But then I'd be like, why are these all holy items? You know? Because me right now, I'm actually questioning why they are holy items. But now, to the apples thing, it calls whatever that is up there heaven. And I wanted episode 15 to be about exploring the heavens, but I think episode 15 now is going to be doing... I feel like it's going to be doing the intended way to get there. And I think I'm okay with that, and I'm proud of that. Because, you know, everyone can enjoy a game on their own, and have their own motivation. If you know what you find enjoyable is breaking a game, then that method is for you. Go for it. If you think that's the most fun and hilarious thing in the world, then there's nothing wrong with that. You know, that's you enjoying the game, especially if you spent money on it. This is a game I bought, and it just so happens that I like to play games in the best way I can play them. If that makes any kind of sense. So, episode 15 will officially be about getting to heaven the way we're supposed to, by biting the poison apple. What I do need to focus on is... what is a weird berry? now we're going down another path that I need to figure things out. So, by doing this, we've now broken into a completely different side of Outpath. We now have to build crops. It's time to farm some weird berries, huh? And now, by doing this the intended way, we are actually exploring more of the game that I would have just overlooked and never looked back on. And I personally think that's amazing. Excuse me, bird. Thank you. Now we go ahead and... Oh, we craft fish bones. Well then, what did I build these for? Well, we may never know, huh? Well, if we just go ahead and craft 10 of these, we have all the fish bones we need, and 6 of these. Plant a seed. Okay then. Got an achievement that I would have completely overlooked. And this isn't justification for my way of playing. It is me knowing that I'm going to enjoy this more. Well, I guess that is justification for my way to me, but it's not justification in the sense that my way is right, is what I'm trying to say. Now it needs fertilizer. We're going to go ahead and get as much speed as we can out of this. Then we need to build one more crop. And that can't be built. Okay, that can't be built there. Well, we don't really need to build it. Let's go ahead and get that water back. I wonder how long this take to grow. Well, I have the fish bones, I have the apples, I have the chlorophyll. 15 black bones is what I need by those grow. ahead and destroy this build. This absolutely cartoonish build. Oh, I thought it would all destroy if I did it like that. Whoops. If I can... just one pillar in the sky, huh? I mean, maybe we can just leave that in. Poetic. Never mind. I got it. Well, we did get fish bones from the advanced planter, so there was some justification there. Well, there we go. We went ahead and grew some plants. Bottle, 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 bottle. What do we make bottles at? Just a normal crafting station? There we go. There we go. Getting to the giant island in the sky. The intended way. Quote unquote intended way. I don't know what I expected, but we just got teleported to heaven. Good to, alright then. Okay, well, now we're in heaven. Let's fully explore it. Dark Star Fragment. Dark Star Fragment. Okay, well. Holy Prism. That. And 300 clouds. First thing first. Teleporter. Heaven. There we go. This is our home temporary. And now, after doing that the intended way and feeling a genuine sort of relief and happiness, let's read the letter. You thought you were aiming for everything, and it turns out everything was just money. It's your downfall, and unfortunately, I believe it always will be. But if you're reading this, it means I did my research and work well. We're so easily manipulated, it's quite frightening. 6 out of 8. How to get the other 2 letters. That was one of series 2, maybe? Is that what that means? So I'm playing motivated and doing all of this for simply money? Is that what I'm getting from this? The Holy Tome. Warm Light is the only new resource. Holy Axe, Holy Prism, and Star Fragments. Holy bag, holy gloves, holy cape, I imagine. Well, this is in-game. It is a melancholy feel that this is... Excuse me. This is a melancholy feeling. Well, let's maybe relocate that teleporter. Yeah, it teleports you right there. Okay, yeah, we're relocating that. It is a melancholy feeling, knowing that the journey will be coming to an end shortly. I don't know when, I don't know exactly how, but the journey will not be lasting much longer. And it's been an enjoyable one, and a calming one, except for last episode. Funny enough. Let's go get our skill books. At this point, credits aren't too valuable anymore. We have the merchants, we have the best orb we can get. Money isn't an issue anymore. And pulse rings will start to appear around you. I'm not sure what that means, but I will certainly find out. Starfall happens 10% more in all biomes. So starfalls are how we get the star shards, I guess. Now we have 2 more books to find. And we got our first warm light. Celestia. Purified branch and celestial fruit. It's funny to say this out loud, but we're going to have to... A fallen star. We're going to have to automate heaven. That is how far our greed goes. We will be automating heaven. Well, that's an impulse ring. We figured it out. It may look like we're out of credits, but I can assure you that is not the case. Back up to 9 million in a instant, basically. Well, we will get that. Cauldron of Spirits. Cloud Generator. Dark Sorcery, huh? Into a quad stone. Excuse me, whatever that might mean. Speaking of that... 20% more frequently. Also, where is... Where's the charge jump? Where is the charge jump? We're going to get rid of that. Simply because... So these are the impulse rings. Another way to get to heaven, it seems. But we only unlock the skill after getting to heaven, so... I don't know. This definitely isn't the intended way, but it is a entertaining one, I suppose. And then we can just keep gliding over. First things first. This is now a passive island, and the first ever actual bed we will build is in heaven. Quite literally sleeping among the clouds. There's one more after this. What are these two I'm missing? Oh, the chlorophyll, obviously. What am I missing? Hey, little guy. A little cloud. It's right here. Whatever it is, it's right there. Get a fuser. How much is that? Transforms quadstone into holy prism. So I do need holy prisms. We need this to turn into this. Wow, okay. This is intricate beyond belief. Well, I guess it's in belief since it's heaven, but that was a bad joke. That was a horrendous joke, but it's okay. And I believe it was last episode. We didn't celebrate it, but it was the first time I broke through 10 million. Into dark energy. I don't know what dark energy is used for. I suppose I will find out once I automate heaven, maybe. Which is still a very funny sentence to me. Get as many warm lights as we can. I feel like just holding warm light is a wild thing to say, but... Is it a flying pig? When pigs fly? Really? That's the joke we're going with. I'm not mad at it, I just... The thing to accompany warm light is a flying pig. Well, that's a little silly. And we have another fallen star. I definitely think next episode is when we will be automating, exploring, getting as many clouds as we could possibly handle. I mean, we did everything the intended way. We planted some farms. And apparently our greed has got us all the way to heaven. A very wild concept. And there's mushrooms in heaven. Good to know, good to know. mushrooms are resilient things no matter where they are. It is funny to think that heaven uses clouds as a resource. How high can I go? I'm already here. Well, now it's just a challenge, isn't it? How high can I be taken? Oh, this one. I'm way too focused right now. Above the sky. New achievement. But it still lets me keep going? Is there going to be a limit? Oh my god, it's so tiny. That's my world. That's the world I've spent close to 60 hours in. Not 60. What am I thinking? 20. 20 is what I was thinking. Or 10? Or... I need to check. I'll check. Because I know I did some offline grinding, but 60 hours worth? No way. Well, it's been a pleasure exploring heaven with you all. I hope you certainly enjoyed the video. And, as always, have a very wonderful day.